What's good, everybody? What is good? We are back. We are back. It is the Can We Not podcast. It is me, your host, Evan Combest, and my two co-hosts we have
Akai
and
Kenneth.
And guys, we are here once in the studio. Shout out to City World Radio. Shout out to Sky's Crescent Radio. Shout out to Jade. Shout out to Tone, the producer. And guys,
shout out to the live stream.
Yes, shout out to the live stream.
Thank you again, guys.
Yes, on Facebook we're live streaming. And for you guys, it's going to take me a while to edit the video, so I encourage you to go to our Facebook page, the Can We Not Podcast Facebook page. We post the live videos on there. So if you've been missing out, you need your fix, go there and you can watch it there. And also,
we still out here. We still out here.
Go get them.
Yeah, we out there while things behind the scenes are being taken care of.
Exactly.
But now that all that is out the way, all our pleasantries out the way, guys, we have a guest in the building.
An actual guest, a guest that's not
a
Stefan.
Real human being.
Thank God. Thank God. It's lit.
It is lit. We actually have a guest in here today, guys. So I want to welcome our guest, Aaron from the Inspire Lost Dreams brand. What's good?
What's up, y'all? What's good? What's going on?
What's up, man? I like that. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You saw how it was like real crazy out there.
Exactly. But I like how when he got on mic, he's all like, "Yo, what's good, guys? Yo, that." He's got that smooth jazz talk going on right now. I like that.
Exactly.
See, he gets it. He gets it.
So welcome our guest. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you? I see, man, you know how long I've been trying to get up here. We're gonna talk about that later on because we have a lot of stuff to get to.
Okay.
But man, every time he ask me a question and the question Instagram,
yeah,
I'm like acting like an anonymous person. So when are you gonna have Aaron Aspire up there? And it was me the whole time, but we're here now.
Oh,
it's a beautiful thing.
He out here dropping bombs on you, Evan. Like, hey, yo, when am I gonna get? When is he gonna get on mic? Like, yo, like you ducking him?
I'm not even gonna
Nah. He wasn't ducking. It's because
it sounded like he was ducking you.
Nah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. It looked like he pulled up to the studio, and Evan was just as surprised to see him. I was like,
oh shit,
you knew he was.
You here? You here?
Oh, you here?
I ain't gonna lie. We kind of set this up like last night.
It was definitely spur of the moment,
though.
last minute type of setup. We set it up last night. He told me he wanted to come through because we tried to schedule him to get in, episode 7 or whatever.
Yeah.
But scheduling conflicts, we weren't able to get him in the building. But now we actually have him in the building live in effect.
Okay.
So just a pleasant to have him here.
As he's trying to get on his live. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we get some
you know what?
We trying everything to help you.
I know, bro. And I super appreciate that for real. Oh, we about to. This.
Exactly. We got a MacGyver.
And this is the XS Max too, and I don't have a case.
Oh, you got the Max now?
Yeah, so I gotta make sure like there's nothing.
Oh, he dropped.
Like, I don't want to drop.
You dropped some stacks on that.
Okay,
that's rent.
Let's make this very clear. No pocket watches. Everything is through the company.
Of course,
baby mother might be listening.
Nothing fell off the truck, right?
I mean, it might have.
If something,
and if it did. That's the reason why I have it.
Was there like 2 more though? Like if you could just
Nah, bro, I'm sorry.
2 more, what, 3 more.
I'm just saying,
you trying to get me
on like just
somebody?
slighted all your co-hosts
I'm
here.
just
like,
saying.
Damn, like
I'm just saying. I mean, they need it, but Kenneth needed it.
Exactly. That's why I said 3.
Nah, like 2.
Wait, how are my co-hosts doing? We've been going for a week. How do y'all feel? What's good with y'all?
Man.
Y'all out here trying to steal shit. What's good with y'all?
Whoa. Who said steal? It's not stealing if we found the shit. Exactly.
We
found the truck. Exactly. It fell off the truck. I happened to be right behind the shit. What was the
driver doing? He was unconscious?
He was chilling.
He was driving. The fuck he doing?
He was on break.
I don't know, because if I disclose what he was doing, he might not have a job no more.
Wow.
So
all right, okay.
You know the rules. Snitches get stitches, so he ain't snitching. You're right. There you go.
What conversation are we talking about?
Exactly. But guys, we have a show to do. You guys ready to get started with the show?
Yeah.
Let's jump in.
All right, then cool. Let's get started with the show. Where should I start? There's so much that happened this week. I don't know where to start.
Start at the beginning.
Well, it all started with the birds and the bees.
Whoa, not even the Big Bang.
Nah, I don't watch that show. Show's trash.
You whack for that.
No, I'm gonna start with the NBA.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's start
this
there.
Should be interesting.
Okay. Right. Aaron, have you seen the news about Mark Cuban?
I heard about it. I ain't really do that much research on it. So you could enlighten me a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm gonna be enlightening a lot of our listeners on this because it was very hard for me to find what actually happened. Like there was kind of whispers about it. It wasn't like a big shade room post. It wasn't on the news that much. It wasn't. I had to go watch like a off-brand ESPN show. It wasn't on the main ESPN to find out what happened.
But the sideline.
Yeah, it's just big story around Mark Cuban in the Mavs organization that he's been fined $2.5 million because he's been running like some type of slew of dirty shit going on within his organization of women abuse and like just sexual misconduct. Not him personally, but his workers were accused of it, and they went to court. They had a settlement, and he kept that worker there at the job still. He didn't fire him. Yeah. He just paid his legal fees, paid for his counseling, and still let him come to work the next day after sexually harassing his wife and another coworker at the office.
The American way.
That's facts.
So he let that happen, and he knew about this, and just watching the interview and just like the lady questioning him and like, you know, asking him all these questions, and he was just copping pleas the whole time.
Yeah.
He was just like it's like he knew about it, he just didn't think he'd get caught. He didn't think it'd just be put out there on Front Street.
What was he doing?
Oh, he did the white man's version of I mean, which is Akai.
Wait.
Oh,
no,
man.
In New York.
No. Like when a white guy is caught in some sort of scandal where it's money or sex or whatever, and he's being asked those tough questions. You know how they be hitting that side. They be like, "Oh, so what? So why didn't you do anything?"
Well, I just meant. Listen, Susie.
Exactly.
Listen, Susie.
That's kind of how that goes. And then he was also fined by the NBA, which he got fined $2.5 million because after running your business like that, you know, you would think that I feel like a harsher criticism a harsher punishment should have put upon him in that scenario. Because I feel like if he was black, that would not have been the case.
He would have been fired.
He
would have been fired. He would have been fired. He would have been fired along with the actual employee that did all that nasty, dirty shit.
Exactly.
Like, they would have boycotted all this shit.
Exactly.
Because what type of message are you sending to the women at your workplace by saying that a man can harass you and sexually, you know, touch you and make you feel uncomfortable? You file it. You do your part by filing it and charging him, and you go to court and all of this type of shit, and he's still come to work the next day, and you find out your boss paid his legal fees and is giving him counseling for him to get better.
Yeah.
What about her?
Yo, wait a minute. Was this dude Ivy League or some shit? Like,
I don't even know.
Why was he getting a full ride?
And also within his organization, it was found out that like throughout all his it's like 70% all white male. There are no women in CEO executive positions, so there's nobody with real power of change in his company, and there's no people of color in that same CEO or up position. There's no people of color executives or women
like
executives. Yeah, it's all white men in his like. Just all of that just in there.
Sounds like Trump Towers to me.
Yeah, that's
might
what
as well be. It might as well be Trump Towers Dallas. That's what it is.
So, learning that information, how do y'all feel about the NBA going into this season? 'Cause I'm already not watching NFL. I ain't think niggas gonna take my basketball. I'm just not watching Mav games
now.
You're just gonna be watching curling. That's what you're gonna be watching.
Facts. What you gonna be watching this?
Ballet probably.
Exactly. Hockey. Oh no.
Watch hockey too. I watch some ballet. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I mean, how I feel, honestly, I think just a lot of dirt is just coming from the ground that a lot of people just thought it would never come out. And now it's putting a lot of people in positions where they're challenging the loyalty to the game, you know what I mean? So it's like, damn, do I want to really watch this game and, you know, change my integrity for, you know, my culture, or, you know, just say, you know, forget it and just, you know, let's start doing our own stuff. Like, obviously 99.999% African Americans play basketball.
Yeah.
So why can't we just create our own league? I always hear it's always hard to create your own stuff, but I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, Mark Cuban though, even I think he started like from the bottom, right? Or something like that.
Yeah. A lot of the bartender.
A lot of the owners like started from like bottom of the barrel type jobs to like rank up and get higher up in there.
So why my man? Like why my man Daquan can't start from the bottom?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't make sense to me.
Daquan got papers.
He got papers.
I mean,
Daquan did time. Daquan did time. That's what happened.
But that's even he's playing ball in the rec center. He's getting that.
Look at you. Businessman.
Nah.
Shit.
Nah, man.
Business never stops.
That's Daquan calling right now.
Nah, you see, I think he's trying to find a check now.
There you go.
Yeah, that's Daquan.
I don't have no check for you, Daquan. I'm sorry.
You yet?
Mama mixtape.
Aspire to find another check. Aspire to find another check. That's all.
Aspire to find another check. Yeah, because he ain't getting it from me.
Exactly. But yeah, guys, that's what we think about that topic. Don't forget
Yeah.
to hit us up. Let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know if you're going to be watching the NBA or not. You know, like
Yeah.
I said, I'm gonna still watch basketball.
Just
I'm
not-
gonna skip the Mavs.
Exactly.
Whoever the
Just
Mavs is
the
playing,
Mavs.
Dirk gonna have a very empty last season. So I ain't gonna see none
Yeah,
of
he's
it.
retiring anyways. So
Eventually.
Exactly, is what I ain't gonna see none of it.
Damn,
so.
what a way to go.
Yeah.
Yo, that's yeah.
sucks.
This
My
always
legacy.
a big
Going out
dark
on this.
cloud all over his final season. That sucks.
Don't you mean a
Damn.
Dirk cloud?
All right, moving on to the next topic. Is that was
Damn.
going? Wait, let me go to my other button. Where's that
Don't
button?
press
at?
the button.
Nah,
No, come
nah.
on,
Where's
don't
my
press the button.
soundboard?
Don't press it.
Appreciate you.
That was
There you go.
me.
There
That
you
was
go.
me.
I had to make sure my soundboard's a little off, but we gonna make it work in this episode. But
you
moving
go.
on from one celebrity to the next, Tristan Thompson was in a lot of
Another basketball.
the NBA wilding. This whole
This-
NBA is
this
wilding.
They
week-
just
NBA
want
is
them to
wild.
watch. They just want people to watch.
I know they're trying to get their season open. It's good,
There you
good
go.
ratings.
Cavs need all the views they can get this season.
Exactly. But Tristan Thompson, he's in a lot of deep water this week because he was found going to a club with a group of men, and he came in with like a couple ladies, but then they left with more ladies than they originally came with.
Yeah.
And him and his boys got in one vehicle and left, and the ladies were waiting off to the side for their vehicle to show up that followed the males' vehicles off. So now people are like, oh, here we go again with Tristan Thompson stepping out on his wife, well, the mother of his children.
Can these be homies?
The females?
Yeah.
Can we not
at
have
the club?
Can we not
At
have
the
female
club?
homies?
Go
Can
to
we
the
not
club
have
with
Yeah,
those?
can we not? Yeah.
I'm
Nah, you can't. Listen,
But
I'm
wait,
sorry.
In his defense, the
In his
very
defense.
next day, it was also reported that it's from a source close to Tristan that these women were just his friends.
Paid.
There you go.
There you go.
Paid.
These women
I
were
believe it.
just his friends, and they didn't appear to have any interest in Tristan. They were there for the group. Everybody was there to have a good time.
Man.
No, wait, no. You know what? I actually want to believe them, simply because LeBron ain't there no more.
Yeah.
LeBron ain't there no more. Why the girls gonna be flocking to Tristan? Why?
This is facts because they ain't getting the Kardashians.
I mean,
Exactly.
Tristan got a big
Not like
contract.
they're gonna be.
Of course, Tristan got a big contract when a homeboy.
So you
LeBron-
better hang on to the only dollar there in Cleveland.
Yeah, Kevin Love.
Oh man.
I don't know
Exactly.
what
The
his
big,
contract is.
the great white hope in Cleveland is Kevin Love.
The
right
great,
now.
the great white hope in
There you
Cleveland.
go.
No, I'm just saying that's what, a lot of people, it just seemed a little bit sketchy going into that, reading that. So then I had to just look up the statistics on this because, the numbers did come out about
About Tristan Thompson?
just about black men cheating.
Oh,
and like
wait,
who's
what?
really out here cheating. Yeah, the numbers is out. The numbers are been
Wait,
released.
hang on.
We was hitting the BSPN.
What is
You know
the
what?
Latin men?
What do I fall in
What do I follow into this percentage? Because I don't know if I want you to tell these numbers.
Maybe you
It's
should
like-
do this. Maybe for the viewers. If
Oh,
you
it
need
ain't
the
looking
numbers,
good for you, Aaron. It ain't looking good for you.
Well,
So,
I'm gonna deny
this
these
is-
allegations. Off
The
rip.
numbers have
Do
been released
from the
No
greatest to
comment.
the smallest.
No comment.
Yeah, that's I'm going to read it. This is a list. They surveyed 1 million women, Caucasian men who are found cheaters are 76%.
Okay.
They got
Okay,
money
let's
though.
get a
They
round
got
of
money, so
applause
they
for
could
that.
pay for
Yeah.
cheating. They could pay for that. You know
Exactly.
what?
They can afford to do.
They could
They
afford
can
to do that.
afford to do it. They just be taking them
There
to
you go.
different restaurants. That's it.
Listen,
There
they
you go.
take them to restaurants. They go ahead. You know what, baby? You want some new furniture. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like,
Let's go to
I've
Pier
never
1.
gotten new
Let's go
furniture
to Pier
hanging out
1.
with white
have
people.
you ever dated a white man?
I'm about to start.
Try it.
You might
That's
just
what's
have
in
to.
it.
That's there you go.
Just go up
That's
to
what's
him.
in
Go
it.
on
Get
the
you,
date.
get you a new couch or
Now
something.
you go on the date. You go to a fancy ass restaurant. Oh, you white.
Oh,
Yeah.
you white.
Oh, you white.
You
White.
Caucasian. You Caucasian. You call Caucasian.
Like a
Oh.
peacock with it. Caw, nigga.
Yeah, nigga, fuck.
Okay, so after the
Okay,
white
so-
people,
After white men were Hispanic men. Spanish men were found 62%.
Damn.
Are cheaters.
I deny this.
there you go.
Well, you're not in the percentage. They can't break you down. You're not
I'm
just another
actually-
number.
I'm actually Puerto Rican, black, and Italian. So you know what?
See?
So
Boom.
Damn,
so
a lot
so,
of you was
so only
one
a third.
third of you.
Exactly.
Well,
so
let's
one
find
third.
out.
One
What-
third of that 62%. There you
Might
go.
be. Let's figure it out.
There you go.
Indian men are 27%, Asian men are 12%, and black men are 1% only when they're off the Henny. These are all
The
facts.
sci- that's the
These-
science.
wait,
I'm out.
these is
The
all
science-
facts.
I'm
The
out.
science
We
checks
about
out.
to get taken off the air.
Science checks out off the Henny.
Please tell me it
It
does
says
not
it.
say
That's
that.
it, yo.
He's
That's
reading the
it.
report.
Oh,
It's off
off
the
the
Henny.
Off the Henny.
It says it. It says off the Henny.
Off
You can't argue with science.
Science?
As I said in episode 1, it's a proven scientific fact. Black men don't cheat. Trust in Tristan. What's his daughter's name?
True.
Exactly.
There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
This man ain't even. Wow,
Just
that's
saying.
terrible.
Hey, listen.
That's horrible.
But he went out. I understand that. Okay, so let's say he's in a relationship with his. He is in a relationship with his baby moms. He can't go out and do single things with his friends.
Not hoish thing.
There
You
you
gotta
go.
be
There's
tasteful, bro. Cause I'm gonna keep it funky. If my girl goes out and she's with her homegirls and she was a part of that vehicle that was following Tristan, we are not really. I mean, you know, unless we have this little deal where, you know, she's about to get a good, nice chunk of change, and I'm like, all right, cool. But if I'm not agreeing to these terms, then, you know, it's time
There needs to be a contract. There
gotta definitely be a contract.
A contract.
Listen, Tristan can only have sex with you for 5 minutes.
4 pumps. That's it.
4 pumps.
4 pumps.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
And if it ain't done by then, I guess, you know,
With a condom.
a condom. With 2 condoms.
You gotta
There you
buy
go.
your own Uber.
There you go.
I mean, even though she might want it to pop, because, you know, once she becomes
That's why you need 2.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, facts. We can't. I'm not raising no other, like.
Listen,
nah, I'm not
He
doing
ain't
that.
Tristan.
we are speaking.
I ain't Tristan Thompson,
Listen,
bro.
He ain't raising true.
I ain't raising true.
You gonna have true and you
Based
gonna
on
have
the
lie.
true story. I'm not raising.
Because that's a lie. I ain't doing that.
We actually have a woman in the studio. We have Aaron's niece, Brianna. Is in the building.
Yes,
If she
yes,
wants to give
yes.
us perspective on the women's side.
Oh.
You'd have to
Do
speak
you
into
wanna-
the
Going
mic.
Like,
down
would
to the
you
mic.
like
It's
to,
up to you.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Where's
Speak
the
into-
mic?
God.
Oh, where's the
She is
her
my
mic.
niece, y'all. So she,
Pass- You can pull it out. You can pull it out.
pull it out. Pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
Pause. Hard pause.
Whoa. Not even a pause. How did a pause turn into a pause?
Huh? The question is about: is it okay for you to police your significant others, their actions when they're out? Can they do single things? Can your significant other do single activities with their friends while in a relationship? And what are the borders in there?
Yeah.
When I'm in a relationship, I don't do single things personally, but I feel like unless I have a ring, unless a woman has a ring, there's nothing wrong with doing single things. And I feel the same thing with a man. If you're not
Sorry, technical difficulties.
Technical
She's
difficulties.
she's spitting so much fire that the mic couldn't handle it. Sorry.
It's too far.
There you go.
So true. I can't even talk.
There you go.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Is it working?
Yeah,
there you
you're,
go.
you're
There you
on
go.
now. We
You're
can
good.
hear you.
Okay. So I feel like, so for example, when you apply for a job, right, it says single or married.
or divorced
Yeah.
Or divorced.
Yeah.
So unless I'm married, there's no one should be policing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
So we
So,
gotta
I mean,
gotta
I
put a
don't
ring
know
on
about, yeah, like, I mean, obviously, like, being a hoe isn't acceptable, like going around sleeping with other people, but I feel like it should be, you know. But I mean, if I have a kid with you, for example, I really think the Kardashian that he's dating is really stupid because she's continuing.
This is how you know she's my niece.
She's continuing to chase after a man that doesn't care anything, that cares nothing about her, like, whatsoever. So, I think she is dumb, but
That's
yeah.
the mother of his child.
But no,
it.
look
You don't need certain IQ points to be a
Nah,
mother.
that's true. Yeah, no, a lot of
no, that is
parents don't
facts.
need it.
I mean, I'm just saying that. Think about it also, because this also kind of leads into another topic that we're going to talk about that Kenneth has sent into our group chat about, like, can you police what your significant other can wear out in public?
That's wild.
Hold on.
We had a
That sounds
real
like, hold on.
religion.
Wait. It is.
It is.
It's
Like,
called
can you,
being
like-
Muslim.
Yeah.
Hey, the
Damn,
guest,
alright.
the guest we have been waiting for.
The guest we
There we
needed.
go.
I'm
The
just
guess
keeping
we
it
needed.
real, man.
There you
listen,
go.
listen, bro.
It is.
So
I'm gonna keep it
so-
real with y'all.
All right, so can your girl tell you, yo, you can't be going outside wearing X, Y, and
My
Z?
sweatpants?
No gray sweats.
No gray
Exactly.
sweats.
No gray sweats.
I
No
mean,
gray-
it
no
depends.
rompers.
Well,
None of
nah,
them.
no.
Nah,
You
you
got-
know, because that's
Nah,
for the
nah.
male thoughts. I'm sorry, they wear those. The rompers.
No, you want
I
more
have to
top?
skip on that. I'm gonna
No.
have to skip on that.
What about crop tops?
crop tops.
Whoa.
Wait,
We're
what?
talking about men, right?
Yeah, wait,
There
There
are dudes
are
out
Nick-
there. There are
yes.
dudes out there rocking
What?
crop tops.
I
now.
really don't
Like the
think my
mesh
girl
ones?
is gonna mind if I wear a crop top.
Okay, what if
Got
it's
your whole belly out in public.
Bruh, That's the last.
Got
thing
your
she's gonna
whole
really
belly
think
button
about.
exposed, showing these other
Nah,
girls
that's a
what you
little
working
I mean,
with. They can see
on my end,
they can
that
see
probably
all the button lint you got stocked up.
No, they see the soul.
You
back
ain't
and
showered
everything.
yet. You
The
got
soul- no,
mad
you
butt-
might have to
belly
go.
button
Oh, okay,
lint.
you ain't got to go that much
listen.
into detail.
My
That's a
whole
little-
thing is
Your whole 6-pack is exposed.
I don't even have one of those.
You inspiring hungry dreams.
That's a big fact. That is a big fact. But nah, man.
You don't think she's gonna do that?
I mean, the gray sweatpants. I've had situations where a girl told me, "Hey, you know, can we not have you wear,
Nice title drop.
you know, not even hey, can we?"
now?
Can we?
There you go.
I'm like,
Exactly.
damn, I ain't even asked you out yet. Like, we already making we decisions.
Wow.
So I politely said, listen, no, I'm gonna wear what I wear, cause you gonna wear what you wear. But if you're my girlfriend, like, you know what I'm saying, we gotta just have some regulations on how you're gonna be dressing outside. It's like red flags. Like, if you see a pretty girl dressing a certain way, I'm gonna assume that she's single.
Okay.
That's
And
what
then
I
I'm
was
gonna go to
saying.
her and be
Okay.
like, yo,
Okay.
what's up? Like, how you,
Okay.
that's when the
You're
these voices
advertising.
on,
That's when
like,
you-
yeah.
that's when you
You're
shoot your shot.
advertising.
See,
Now, if you
That's when you shoot your shot.
yeah, if you're advertising the wrong messages to the man, I feel like there's no wrong reason for the man to try to talk to the girl. It's really, you know, I mean, some people might disagree, but I feel like you can't just walk around with the see-through shirts that all these girls are doing with your breasts out, not expecting a pervert saying, yo, those are some nice breasts, and then get mad at it. You can't get mad at that. You just
What
gotta
about
know.
the women who out here with the no bra movement?
That's what I mean. Like,
No,
what's
No,
going
yeah,
on?
that's what
Like,
he meant. No,
Yeah, like you out here with
Were
no
you, with the
see-through,
yeah,
no
the
bra,
mesh, yeah.
straight breast milk out. Like, come on, man. Like, you know you done had a kid like 5 weeks ago. You already out here
you out here wilding.
with the Similac all out in your chest.
You out here, you on the streets lactating.
Yeah, like, come
It's
on,
my
man.
baby's food, bitch.
What's going on, man? So we got to police somewhat. We have to have some type of standard when it comes to dressing.
I feel like I agree with you, but I kind of see both sides of it. Me and the guys, we were talking about this a little bit earlier, just about like the parameters between like, yo, you know, there should be some line of respect, but at the same time, if it's an insecurity, your partner doesn't have to coddle your insecurity to the fullest. If that's your insecurity,
100%.
to a degree,
True.
that's what I'm saying. There's a line in there, but once somebody states that in a relationship, I feel like that's a conversation that needs to be had, because that happens a lot in relationships where people be like, "Listen, in my last relationship, this happened, so now you can't do this. You can't have female friends. You can't hang out past 9 p.m. You can't do this because in my last relationship, this is what happened."
It's too much control.
And it's like, whoa,
Sound like a father to me.
exactly. And I feel like, well, listen, lady, I understand that you feel a certain way towards these things, but do you think I'm really like your ex? Because if you are, why are you with me?
Traumatizing.
Exactly.
Dude done traumatizing
Exactly. Like
with the
that.
bad ding and ding and all that. You know what I mean?
Dine and dash type shit.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
she don't know
D&D.
what to do.
So that's exactly why I say if things like that arise in a relationship, it's time for a conversation. You need to have that talk and understand why those parameters there, and if that it doesn't speak to a deeper insecurity in the person attempting to place them.
Yeah.
I
Because-
think like the talk should be way before the relationship though, because if I don't really like, I gotta really know you before like I just say, hey, you're my girlfriend, because you just never know. Like it's just kind of like living with somebody. Like some guys really be trying to rush with the girl because they don't know how many guys are trying to shoot their shots, so they're like, man, you know what? I'm just slam dunk, ask her out next week,
There you go.
bro. You don't even know
Slow
if
down.
Exactly.
slow down. You don't know if she got 5 personalities, because you know, like Spanish girls be like, I can have curly hair, I can
Yeah,
have straight
hair,
hair,
I can have wavy.
and
Glasses,
all those is
glasses.
different personalities.
That's
And
a
now
whole
you
different person,
signed up to something that you ain't even know you wanted to sign up to, and
No.
now that's it.
And then you locked into that contract.
That's it.
Exactly. That's a 3-year deal.
That is definitely.
I don't know about 3 years, but
No.
Like you playing
It's-
basketball.
Yeah,
It's like,
not
nah,
yo.
it's 3-year deal,
yo,
man.
That's a 3-year
Gonna be
deal. You're not
speaking at
getting
a press
are,
conference.
are
you're not
you in
getting
this
enough
deal?
votes.
That's why it's the 3-year deal.
Tone, take his mic away. He know too much.
I know.
Who sent you? She sent you, didn't she? I knew it.
What?
That might be my sister.
But I want to make. While we're saying all this, I want to make sure that everything we're saying, is it okay with Brianna's?
Yeah, man.
Is
She
it okay?
my niece. She knows. Listen, man.
Making
Listen.
sure.
I'm the cool uncle.
See,
we gonna have to bring you on another week.
Yeah.
We gonna switch seats with Aaron another week. We gonna have you on just to see what's really going on in there.
I'm the cool uncle, man. I'm not gonna be, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna hide the world from her. I already know what's. I'd rather her talk to me and know what's up than somebody else.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm. But now that we speaking about, I guess let's really get to know
Turn
Aaron.
the spotlight on
For the
him.
listeners who don't know who Aaron is, can you at least in your own words tell them who you are?
Yeah.
Let the world know.
So a lot of people call me Aspire, A Moolah. Tone over here about to smile with that. If you're from Queensbridge, people call me Swizzy. I have a brand called Aspire Lost Dreams that has a lot of people involved as well. I got my dude Tank, Queen, Shooter Scorsese, Brock Mills. What's up? He also wanted me to say that he taught me everything, but I'm not a photographer, so I don't know what he taught me. But I just said I had to let that out because he said that I should tell the world that he taught me stuff. But yeah, so the brand is doing well. It's in 3 stores. It's in Soho and Origins. What's up, Cherish and Chuck? The other 2 stores is just Tom, Dick, and Harry's in Brooklyn and Harlem. Yeah, man. I actually stitch everything myself, so.
Wow.
Yeah, so when people ask me and try to rush me, I'm like, dog, I only got 2 hands, bro. I'm only one person, so but yeah, so I stitch everything myself independently. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Everybody, if y'all got Instagram, which I hope y'all do, to follow me is _spire_. So I kind of had to play off words since my name's Aaron.
Yeah.
Nice.
Aspire, but you could just say Aspire. You don't have to. Aspire. I'll be like, it's not that serious.
It must be because Tony in the background doing the robot. It's like, yo, I never knew.
Yeah, a lot of people say they never knew. It's crazy.
Wow.
I mean, hearing you say it out loud sounds a lot doper. But how did you come up with the name? Where did that come from? Inspire Lost Dreams.
Oh yeah, so Inspire Lost Dreams came from a lot of pain. I was working at a store in 2016, and I was like, man, I got so much talent in me. I need to do something, and I was just brainstorming on a bunch of different names, and didn't really know what I wanted to go with at first because there's just a lot going on, obviously, with clothing and stuff like that. But I wanted to bring a positive message, so I came up with the name Inspire Lost Dreams. And yeah, my brother actually, before he got locked up, her father was giving me a lot of insight on how I should do it, and that actually motivated me to do it more because before I started doing it, he got locked up 2 weeks after he told me to go after my dreams. So that's kind of
shout out to him.
yeah, free super.
Definitely.
So that kind of pushed me to go way more crazier to do Inspire Lost Dreams. So yeah, man, I just felt real lost at one point, and then I got inspired by the loss, and I'm here now living the dream on Can We Not Podcast.
There you go.
That was beautiful.
That was fire. That was fire.
That was beautiful.
So I just had a question, the broken heart that stems from that same story, or it was just yo, that's just a dope logo that you just
Nah, yeah. It definitely so everybody always asks me, why is the hands tearing the heart apart? It's really not the hands tearing the heart apart, it's putting it back together. So the broken heart is
There
the
goes
lost
Tony.
the broken heart is the lost dream. The hand on the left, I think it says inspire, and the hand on the right says dreams, and the inspiration and dreams are putting the lost heart back together.
That's really dope.
dope.
Yeah.
That's
Two
dope.
halves of a
dope.
heart are lost.
Yeah.
The dreams bring them back together. I'm with
That's
it.
dope.
Yeah.
I gotta ask because since I first saw that FD and the hats and everything, I was like, yo, that's actually really dope.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Man.
What piece do you feel as an artist was the most wow, I got to see this created right in front of me? What piece really just makes you feel really
Probably
most proud?
I'll probably say I did 16 varsity jackets
Oh,
the
wow.
beginning of this year, and they sold out within a day.
Oh shit.
Yeah, for real. I had wore it for my pop up in Harlem, and everybody went crazy.
I want a varsity jacket now. Yeah, hell yeah, cha-ching. I want a varsity jacket.
I know.
Nah.
I want one too. I just sold mine. I sold mine. But yeah, I'll probably say the varsity jacket. Yeah, and also the hands glow in the dark. So that's a
Wow. That's
so
nice touch.
that definitely adds a little bit more
That's
size
super
zone
dope.
to the rice.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
And just And with doing it all by hand and making it and selling out every time you drop your line, I bet there's a lot of people who find a lot of interest in there. You know, I've noticed that there's been a couple of celebrities. You know, I seen your brand out here. You know, you know. I want to know, like, how did you get in line with some of those people like Davies? I've seen you out here with Davies rocking your brand.
Yeah.
I've seen your brand on Netflix, on Netflix series and all of that.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you see your brand on these major platforms?
Amazing. I thought it would never happen, but then that's kind of a lie because I did believe in myself. I just didn't know it was gonna be that capacity, like real fast. I mean, I know East for like a couple years through my cousin Bash, and it was always on some like homie level. And then when I started really to see him building his brand up, being bigger, I said, yo, let's do something for your stuff first. And then that's when we started doing like his last mixtape. Last mixtape was called Hate Me Now. We did a lot of Hate Me Now snapbacks and stuff like that. Nice. And then we moved on. We moved on to Paranoia, so I started doing Paranoia. So that's kind of how we actually did the Netflix thing, where his father was wearing the Paranoia hat a lot in the Netflix Rapture documentary with him and Nas, and then his brother Errol and his homie Kai was wearing Inspired Lord's Dream hats when they was walking through the projects in Ravenswood. Wow. So yeah, so it was those type of looks that was like crazy, and all the other celebrities like Casanova, G Herbo, like those are like through people that I know that they have close relationships with, and then they automatically like the gear, like, you know what I mean? Like I done FaceTime them, talk to them like before I gave them the gear, because I kind of want them to understand who I am,
who
before,
you are, your story and everything.
I don't give them a whole story. Like they busy. Like I'll be like, hey, yo, my name's Aspire. Like da 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 da.
Brother locked up. If you could get him out, hold on.
Yeah, shit. They try to stay out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But yeah, that's pretty much how I got really in tune with like a bunch of celebrities and stuff like that.
So, I just had a question for, not really a question, but like, what would you say to someone that was previously in your position, that someone who wants to follow their dream of whatever it may be? Maybe it's similar to yours, like following your footsteps, making a fashion line, or whatever it is. Like, what's something that you could tell them? Like,
don't quit.
That's it.
I mean, that's like probably the most cliche thing to say, but I mean, like,
it works.
There's a lot of times, for real. There's a lot of times that's like, man, I don't want to get up and just, because, all right, so I ain't even tell y'all really. I really was stitching out of Lids, right, the store,
oh shit,
before I got my own machine.
Okay.
And I wasn't working there at that time. I got fired previously. So damn, I gotta go backtrack again. So I was in Harlem with my lady. We was in Ricardo's, and I had text East, yo, bro, I'm about to be in Ricardo's. Pull up, get your hats or whatever, because he was about to go on tour. He's like, all right, bet. He picked up his hats. He's like, listen, when I come back off tour, I need you to do more merchandise for me. Cool. Okay. That next day, I got fired from Liz.
Crazy.
Yeah, I got fired. Yeah. Oh, man, big hating, bro. They was big hating. Yeah, so after that, I was like, you know, at that point, I'm like, damn, like, I can't, like, this is my biggest chance to really do something with my homie, and he's becoming a bigger artist at that time. So, yeah, man, I felt real short. I was down for a whole year. I said, damn, that's when I sucked it up, got a job. But then this is around the time, like Thanksgiving time, where my brother was like, man, you know East, you know this person, you know that person, like, just come on, get on your grind. So that's when I just had the balls to go inside Lids and be like, listen, I'm gonna give y'all like $100 every 3 days. Just let me use the machine. Like, they let me use the machine. Okay. So that's how gangster it was. Like, they'd be like, all right, cool. Like, I know how to stitch. So it really wasn't nothing. And it just kept booming and growing and growing and growing and growing, and then it just hit its peak. I couldn't keep doing that at the store anymore because of certain differences, and I finally was able to get with my brother.
They was getting mad at your business.
Nah, they wanted PC, and I'm like, bruh, I'm stitching everything.
Yeah.
Like, relax. But my brother Gary, man, shout out to my brother G. I had called him, and he was like, yo, bro, listen, we gonna get you a machine. Him and my other brother, they hooked it up, and that's how I got the machine. So I didn't buy this machine, for everybody that's listening.
There you go.
It is by other people.
No, that's no. Trust me, it
One
takes
hand washes the other.
It takes a village to make a brand go
does,
strong.
yeah.
It does take a village,
Yeah.
and it's dope hearing your story. How you
It's an amazing
work from
story,
behind the counter at Lids to using the machine at Lids, and now you out here with pop up shops. Like you got any other like
you
pop up
making the
shops?
lids.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could, right? I really could.
yeah. You got any like pop up shops like set up? 'Cause I see you out here at pop up shops. You in the stores
Yeah.
and everything. You got any more planned up?
I wanted to do one in DC. I'm trying to like figure it out with my man DJ Money. We just gotta like figure out some scheduling. If that doesn't go through as soon as possible, I might do one in Miami.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I gotta do one in
Orgasm.
LA, man. LA is calling me, man. All of
No,
my
that would
homies out in LA right now. I'm kind of mad about that, but it's all love. I still love y'all.
That's
This
what's
nigga
up.
got
I'm
everybody
hating right
dreaming.
now. I'm
This nigga
hating.
got everybody dreaming.
Everybody.
He got me.
Everybody
right
living
now.
my damn dream out in LA right now.
Exactly.
Like, it's kind of messed up.
My
Like,
nigga got everybody in there dreaming.
Nah,
and
that's a
yeah,
dope-ass story,
that's
man.
definitely dope.
Hell
And how
yeah.
you just collaborate with a lot of people and just build
Appreciate
your
that.
brand off of there. And I definitely appreciate what you did for the Ifty brand, that collaboration.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
You got-
Yeah, the Ifty has a fun.
Exactly.
Nah, if y'all wasn't funny, I would have never did it.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep it a stack. Of
Listen.
so
stuff.
okay, so
the real
so,
shit is, yeah, go ahead.
so some of them niggas ain't funny. I ain't gonna say no names, but they know who they are.
Word, I'm
we might have
sitting
to
right
get- we have
here.
to revoke
I'm
some
sitting
hats, bro.
right here.
Oh no,
So,
no, you funny.
now,
I be
what are we
laughing at
starting
you.
now?
I be laughing at you. I don't be laughing with you, but I be laughing at you. But them other niggas ain't funny. They
Yo,
know who
Tone.
they are.
Tone.
Nah, Tone funny too.
Nah, but Tone's
Yeah.
gonna have to revoke some of these hats because he was the one
Facts.
that made me do this.
Boo them niggas.
Don't be touching my soundboard. Listen, when we gonna get the Can We Not Inspire Lost Dreams hat?
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Can we not inspire, Lord?
See?
Can we not
Yeah.
inspire? Yes.
Nah, we gotta inspire the
Yes,
dreams.
You
it's
see?
fucking
We gotta
lit.
inspire.
You
Exactly.
see? So it's gotta
Damn.
come. It's gonna soon come.
Yeah, all right.
Look,
we could-
2019 spring collection.
We out here. Exactly. We out
Spring
here.
collection. We gonna be
We
on
out here.
Fashion Week.
It's like, yo, we'll even model it for you just like that.
We gonna be on Fashion Week. You gonna make sure they gonna see
It's
us.
lit.
They gonna see us shining out here.
Let's do it.
We gonna go from interviewing Aaron. We have some viewer questions that came in,
Uh-oh.
and just answer some of these viewer
Are
questions.
some of them from you?
No.
They might be. They might be asking when I'm coming up here.
No,
find
I
out.
answered it. He's here.
Yeah, true,
He's
true,
here.
true.
One question we got. There was a couple questions that kind of revolved around the same thing, so I just made sure I just put it into one. How do you deal with dating somebody who isn't cool with your hobbies? Saying like gaming, cosplaying, playing sports, and they're not okay with it.
I thought
They
you were
feel
about to say
like-
gang banging. I was like,
Or
yeah,
gangbanging.
I
That is a hobby.
mean, let's be honest.
The streets
Is
is
there
a
is
hobby.
there a pension in gangbanging?
I mean,
Protection.
I
for
said
you and your family.
pension, not protection. Pension.
Pension.
Do you get a
Protection
401k in gangbanging?
You get a
I mean, if you invest,
I
I
mean,
mean, you might get
Four-
you might get
Yeah.
a 911
if you file
There you
your
go.
taxes
400
quarterly,
shots.
I mean,
Get
you
a
might be able to.
401 Glock.
401
There you
Glock.
Listen, I got a lot
Hold
of
this
homies
down.
that gangbang, so I'm not trying to shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Y'all. But
But
let's be honest, bruh.
Yeah.
but
These
hobbies.
is hobbies, bruh.
What about but what about like your regular everyday hobbies? You're dating somebody who doesn't approve of your hobbies, even if it's making music.
Okay.
What?
Now
She
I gotta
gotta
speak
go.
on this. Nah, I
She
gotta
gotta
speak
go.
on this.
That's
I'm
it.
sorry. I had to take a 5-year hiatus
Because
it just the person. It's not that they didn't like what I was doing. It's just that they didn't want to hear it. Not that it was bad. I know my music sucks right now, but
wait, they literally didn't want to hear it?
they were just
In the
weird
same,
about it.
in the same room? Like,
No, they were just weird about it. It's like, oh, you making music, you doing this, and like, because like most of their friends like made music, so it was just like, if they had a show or something, it was like, I don't really want to go.
You nice?
with the guitar, my son is nice. He's
yo,
been playing that
chill,
like
chill,
over.
he's nice, yeah.
chill.
You
All
played
right,
for
Lenny,
like what?
Lenny
15
Kravitz.
15 years?
There you go.
Lenny
Listen, I
Kravitz.
don't promote myself.
But how
okay?
long have you been playing the guitar? What, 15 years or so?
More than that.
You been playing for 15 years on the guitar, bruh?
Chill. Everybody
Self-taught.
chill,
And you
please.
podcasting?
Self-taught. Self-taught.
Self-taught.
That's why I'm on a podcast. No.
You got to make us a beat, nigga.
Hey.
Can we not make beats?
Can we not
There
make
you
beats?
go.
Yes,
Can
we
we not
can.
make
Not
beats?
right now. I got to get ASCAP and all that, but let's not
Yeah.
worry about it. Anyway,
But how did you deal with that situation?
I didn't. I just kind of like, succumbed to the whole thing and just said, you know what? If it makes you feel uncomfortable, then I'm fine. I don't feel like any type of way, but
I mean,
Nigga
I just-
Jay-Z fade the black on her.
Yeah, yeah.
Fade the black.
that's
like,
what happened.
I don't appreciate when I'm
Mhm.
no more. Like,
Exactly. But no, I'm just saying, when it comes to that type of situation, you have a partner with you that's not really approving of your own interests, then, granted, you're not expected to have, you and your partner are not expected to share every single interest under the sun together.
Definitely not.
But I feel like in that regard, your partner should respect your interests and the things that, you spend time towards. If it's not, detrimental to the relationship, it's like, if it's not harming the relationship.
I feel it could have been. Because, you know what comes with that. Like, if
collaborating.
you're doing stuff like that, collaborating. I think that was the biggest thing. Because, like, unfortunately,
she was just worried about, like, you just...
So I had an ex that also wanted to like come back and want to make music and collaborate, and that would obviously be like
red flag.
Red flag, a huge red flag. It's like, what, you guys are gonna be in the studio together by yourselves
making music?
Yeah, well, only
that's
making
already an
music.
intimate thing, but it's already an intimate enough thing. So it's
so she
gonna,
hating. That sounds like hate.
Nah,
that sounds like insecure and hating.
That doesn't sound hate.
That does to me.
If my girl
Nah,
tells
it's not
me
hate.
her ex-man
So-
and he got a six-pack talking about, baby, can I lick you up and down?
You think everybody's doing stuff with the people they make music with?
yes.
It's fake. It's like
Bro, are
wrestling.
you really asking me this question?
Yes. I know you know.
I'm not saying I was about
I know,
to,
I know
but
you
it's
know
And
a
I'm gonna
lot.
tell you, bro.
A lot be going on.
It's bad out here.
Man,
It's bad out here.
They just out here
The
making
guys,
music for the
girls,
choir.
The girls you think that are wholesome,
Wow.
just take the sum out.
Ariana Grande.
Oh no, we
Don't do
Not
that.
Ariana
Listen,
Grande.
listen,
Don't
listen.
do that.
I'm
Don't
not
do
doing
this.
that to Ariana because in her last
No.
name isn't Grande. It's actually pronounced Grandy.
Grandy.
Yeah, it's
Grandy?
actually- Grandy.
Grandy.
This
Like
is
grandiose.
Yeah, and it's,
but
this
no.
is out of her own
So
mouth.
no more Starbucks.
Yeah.
Grande?
Nah.
No more
And this is out of her own mouth.
And it's not Chrissy Teigen, it's Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm all right.
But
I'm not
I
even
just-
gonna pronounce
to
anybody's
me, I
name
feel like
anymore.
if it's not, if
Just
you're
like,
not
what's up, nigga?
cheating, then you're not cheating. You can hang out.
You're
and
not,
do it.
but it just seemed like the hobby was gonna take over or supersede the relationship, and I guess that was just me trying to respect it.
I'm gonna ask y'all a real question.
Yeah.
Are y'all fans of Big Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big Sean.
Y'all not okay. It doesn't even matter if it's like this or
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
Do you understand how many times he made songs with Janae?
Mm-hmm.
that's true. And then
of a sudden,
Yeah.
they're together. They made a joint album and all that, and then
And they
did.
Then they
TM
wild
lady.
out and said we're together and like, when this shit happen? Like, and then all of a sudden she got beat by her man.
But no, that story came out around the time they started making music together. I remember that story. I definitely remember that story. But if that's how we feel about
it
it,
comes with
That's
the
it.
territory.
I feel like there's no harm there.
So you
I
don't
feel like it's
mind your
innocent.
girl doing stuff like that?
No, if it's just if she's exploring her creativity,
With Odell Beckham.
She's exploring, bro.
She's with Odell Beckham. Just exploring
Odell
her
Beckham
creativity.
learning how
They're
to
doing
be a
yoga
wide
together.
receiver, literally.
but like
If that's even
gaming,
his position.
I'm talking about like
He's a wide,
hobbies like
he's a wide
gaming.
receiver in her tight end. That's it.
I'm talking about like gaming, like just regular everyday hobbies.
Ninja is betting
Minecraft.
like $50K
A game
Fortnite.
I know.
per game.
You really think your girl is just gonna be standing next to him, just being cool about that?
If she likes the game, she better be. Why? And if anything, why she gotta play with him? You like the
Because he's
game,
getting
play
the
with
bag.
anybody.
He's getting
He's
the
getting the bag. Exactly.
If she wants to network and all of that, go
Or
ahead.
does she want the neck to work?
Listen, the next question.
Yo, can we start a poll? Can we replace Evan? with-
Listen,
like
I'll
we might
replace
have
you,
to.
nigga.
Whoa,
Have to.
I'll replace you.
Wait a
nigga.
minute. The boss.
I'll replace
Okay.
you. Yeah, you okay? You will never hear this nigga's voice
I
again.
see a nigga got a chain on.
Exactly.
Oh, this nigga, he got it. Oh,
Mhm.
wait, hold on. He might be the boss.
Sorry, my
Nah.
bad.
That
I'm
nigga
just
got
gonna
the
take
chain
this out.
tucked.
I'm gonna
Listen.
just take this out.
All right, the next, the
He got the
next,
DMX, boy. He got the nigga got the DMX chain.
the next question from another viewer. He was asking, is it okay for your significant other to have a best friend of the opposite sex who's not gay?
No.
Chill.
No, I'm
Nope.
kidding.
Nope.
No.
I
Nope.
feel like all dudes are gonna say nah off the bat.
Nah.
But I want to.
But you know,
If she's
not even,
ugly,
not
if
even,
she's
no, I'll
ugly,
speak
yeah.
on
If
it.
she's ugly, I don't care.
No, not even that. Not even that. It's not even like, oh, all dudes are gonna say the same shit. Women would say the same shit too. Women would get upset if her man got
I want the listeners to know Brianna's in the
She's-
courtroom.
she's saying nah.
if you
I'm
if
speaking
hold on,
for
hold on.
everybody.
Wait. If your man got a gorgeous homegirl, he's like, yo, she like a sister to me.
Because we doing this live. Give her the mic,
damn
guys.
mic.
Give her the mic.
Go ahead.
If you've had a friend for a while, what if this person has been around in this person's life? So now you automatically come into this person's life, and now that person has to leave. If someone I've grown up with and he happened to just grow up and be fine with abs, he look good, blah blah blah. So why do I have to cut him off? Because you recently came into my life. Now you're my boyfriend, so now I have to cut him off. He was here before you.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Can
fuck
you tell
nigga.
that? Can you tell that to my ex because she
Facts.
kind of
Actually, yeah,
No,
facts.
I mean,
a couple of my exes
I feel like
needed to know that.
if we're in a relationship
Like two.
and
Two
you're
out of three.
recently making friends, like you're recently, oh, now
That's
that's my
it.
best friend, and we're in a relationship, and you just met her at the club, or like you met her, wherever you met her, you recently, now that's your best friend. That's different. If you've had this best friend since your childhood, or that's what best friends are to me. You've known this person. They've done things for you. You've done things for them. It's mutually beneficial. Then I feel like, what's the problem? It's nothing that, And everything that's done. Everything that's. I feel like
No, I'm on your side. I'm on your side.
everything that's done in the dark will come to light. So if
Definitely.
True.
there's something that's going on,
That best
then
friend
you'll
need to
find
be in the
out.
dark.
That best friend either. I feel
No light.
like when it comes to those type of situations, it really comes down to trusting your partner.
Yep.
If your partner's gonna have a best friend of the opposite sex who's not gay, you have to trust your partner to be like, oh, he's just in the friend zone, so I don't find him attractive. So you don't have to worry about me doing nothing with this dude. Because at the end of the day, if a woman doesn't find you attractive, she ain't doing nothing with you.
Yeah.
Don't matter how.
Bruh.
Exactly.
Unless if she's not that type of girl that's clout chasing and trying to be.
Beauty is in the eye of the
Of the beholder.
That's what I'm saying. And so if she doesn't find him attractive, then there's nothing he can do about it.
But let's say she just magically does off the Henny.
Find him.
Off the Henny.
Why is my girl drinking without me?
Because she has a best friend.
She has a
that
best
she
friend.
does everything. with
Why?
her.
Exactly.
Now you feel comfortable.
She's going apple picking.
And
with
this
him.
ain't even.
No.
Why are you mad?
No.
Because he wanted to be that damn best
Exactly.
No, definitely not. Definitely
Did somebody
not.
take your girl apple picking?
Shitting me?
You weren't supposed
No.
to?
Hell no.
Hell no.
You know, apple picking, pumpkin picking,
My thing is-
picking.
They booty picking. That's what
my
they
thing
doing. They
is
booty
that
picking.
if you got a nigga who's your best friend and all of that, then he needs to be cool with me
You should
too.
be able to trust him. Yeah.
He gotta be. If he's straight, he could be cool with me too.
What the
Now let me tell you a story.
Three-way,
This ain't
No,
friends.
it's
This
more
ain't
of like,
friends,
I gotta
nigga.
screen the nigga. Like I gotta screen him.
He's there before you, so he got to screen you.
If he's there before me, then dude, I really don't have a place to say.
Listen, no best friends for my girl.
If he was there,
That's
I'm
my
my girl's best friend.
That's it.
No, listen,
what
that
I'm
nigga want. Yo, you got a best friend?
I'm waiting for that.
Annihilating that nigga. He's
That's
gone. He gone.
Nah.
It's either me or that nigga.
No. Not even that. Not even that. Like no. Play me in
I'm sorry,
play me
Dave.
in
I'm sorry, my
2K.
niece.
Play me in
Play me in
2K.
2K.
He beat me.
Now
He
play
beat
me with
He
these
can
two
say,
hands.
he
That's
beat
what you
me.
gonna play with.
No.
gonna play
No,
with
shut up.
your
Shut
hands.
up. I know what you gonna say. I
Pause.
know what you gonna say. If he beat me in 2K, he can say, if I lose, I'ma leave.
you gonna have them sliders all the way turned up.
Fucking right. You fucking right.
This nigga play 2K with the sliders turned
No, I
up
don't.
for him.
No, I don't.
He
Yeah, he
only
do.
play
I
2K with
see
the
it.
sliders
No,
turned up.
You
No,
the type of nigga
It
that turn the
happens.
fatigue off, ain't
Yeah,
I actually
he
do.
turn yours on.
you? Wait,
No.
It gotta be a
Turn
real
it-
game, bro. You having these niggas undeniably doing mad crossovers all fourth quarter like they LeBron James.
It's,
All these niggas
no,
not playing like
he
LeBron.
only say that shit whenever he lose. When he win, it's like,
No, I
look.
won with the sliders. Yeah, then I check them. I run
Then
the
I
numbers.
check him.
Then I
You
check
run the
'em.
numbers.
But my thing is that you feel that way even if it's the dude that she's known before she even met you.
Bruh, fuck that nigga.
Wow.
That's all I gotta say. And,
Quavo.
and if,
Hit him with
if
the
my
Quavo.
girl got a best friend, fuck you, my nigga.
Damn.
Nah.
Wow.
Nah. They ain't the inspire Lost Dreams with. They ain't the inspire Lost Dreams with.
Just for
You know what I'm
the
saying?
audience to know,
That sound
Brianna's
like
in
a
the
lost
corner of the room and
relationship.
she said, "You're replaceable, nigga." If
Damn.
I'm her uncle. I'm never gonna be replaced.
well, not you.
You must not know about me.
Not you,
You
but
must not know about me.
I'm just
I'm
saying
gonna
that's
Oh, you must not know about me.
no.
Next
And
view,
I'm drinking water for anybody that's listening.
Next view
I'm
question.
always like this.
next view question because
That's- yeah.
we reached an impasse.
That's how I feel. I mean, that was all the questions. I want to know.
That
how
was it.
No, I
That was
felt-
it?
I felt-
Yeah, I don't take too many viewer questions. I save them.
Oh,
I'll be saving them for
I
next
agree
episode.
with it though.
And we
I
only
agree
have
with
like
that, though.
literally like probably like 8 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
damn, that's
5
it?
minutes. Yeah, we only record for 1 hour, nigga.
Time
Yeah,
flies
lit.
when you
we
up
not
there.
we not Joe Budden. We don't go on for 3 hours.
Yeah,
we
I
could.
wish.
Yo,
we don't
ima-
have. Damn,
yo,
so
if
we
we
can't
just
play
not
no
bald,
music
Imagine
or nothing?
imagine we in here for 3 hours.
Nah, if it ain't on my
I am
sound,
kind of
I
hot,
got-
but I'm
I
also
got-
wearing a
I
vest,
can't do
jacket,
that.
and a
This
hoodie.
nigga got a whole
You
bulletproof
got
vest.
the
Yes. You got
Yeah,
the whole
bro.
fit on.
Bulletproof jeans.
There
man.
you go.
Exactly.
Wait, the jeans are
Wait,
bulletproof?
so wait,
Bulletproof
I gotta,
jeans without really being bulletproof because it's really supposed to protect your dreams.
Exactly.
Add there.
Oh,
Add
that's
that.
lit.
Facts. Just
That's
drop
lit.
it. Facts.
So wait, I got a question about your clothing line.
What's
Can
up?
people make like requests for like certain designs, or you're just like, nah, you get what you get and you don't get upset?
Yeah, kind of like that way.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, it
respect
depends. Like, if you're asking like for colorways and stuff like that,
okay.
I'll definitely do that because I'm a sneakerhead, so I understand you want to like be matchy with the sneakers and all. But like, if you're like, hey, bro, like I got this like this Afro pick, I would like to have Inspired Lost Dreams on.
Wait,
I mean,
nah, but I'm just saying. But I'm just saying, please.
I hope you got a damn Afro under that hat.
No.
Yes, I do. I'm not taking it off though.
Okay, Hatfish.
The way my
Okay,
hair.
Hatfish.
Nigga, the way his hair set up right now.
The hat.
We ain't going to. We ain't
You
going
don't need to
to.
address it. I came into the studio with the hat, so why am I
The
taking it
Hatfish.
off? So I mean, you know,
Because
I'm
it's
saying.
not an
Prove me
Inspired
wrong.
Lost.
Chill.
It's not an Inspired Lost Dreams.
Can we not?
It's not an Inspired Lost
Can,
Dreams. hat,
can
that's
we
why.
not podcast and take hats off?
It'd be nice, right?
Chill.
I took mine
Must
off.
be nice.
Chill.
I took mine
Nah,
off.
but you
Sure.
got that little like light skinned R&B swag right there. Like. That's just right there, nigga. That's John B swag, bro. If he was lighter, he was any lighter, that'd be straight. Look at that shit.
Only
They
the-
got the, you know what I mean? I swear to God, he's ready to just sing some panties off a girl with that little curl right there, bro.
And that's exactly what I'm gonna do after this podcast.
Oh,
But-
word.
And we got a studio up the block too.
Listen,
It's lit.
Len, what's up, bro?
we are at the
Suave,
closing
what's
point.
good?
What did we learn?
What did we learn?
We learned.
We learned this dude is very inspiring. Like his story is very amazing. Like it inspired me. I hope it inspired all the listeners and all the people who were watching on the live stream and who will eventually watch this on YouTube. Like, yo, whatever dreams. There's no time limit to follow your dreams.
They ain't getting this YouTube video for like 3 months.
It's all good. There's no
Yo,
time limit.
nah,
way
we ain't
shit-
doing
The
that.
way shit is
We about
working
to say
behind
the
the
hustle never
scenes,
dies,
they're gonna
but-
see it in 2 weeks.
Nah, but there's no time limit to follow your dreams. It's just like, yo,
Definitely not.
find the time, whether it's an hour a day, go out, hustle, put nose to the grindstone and just work.
I appreciate
Word.
that, man.
I appreciate you coming on. That's
Nah,
like,
of course.
yo.
Man, listen, it's a long
This
time
nigga
coming.
appreciating you like he invited you.
He didn't even know he was coming.
I didn't know. So that's what makes it more special because I didn't know he was coming. I didn't know his story. All I knew was like, yo, he makes dope gear. I follow him on Instagram. Everybody who's listening needs to follow him on Instagram
Appreciate
at
that.
_spire_, right?
Yeah, if they can't spell, it's A_SIP.
SP.
That's how you
It's
spell
one of them.
SPIRE.
It's one of them.
That's how you
It's one
spell
I
Spire,
teach
right?
children. I'm pretty sure that's how you do it.
Oh,
Guys, what are
man.
y'all in social medias?
I'm at Godzilla _kinda on IG.
And on IG
Forgot for a second.
on IG at Rojo Fiasco.
And guys, you already know my Facebook, my Instagram, my Snapchat, my Twitter. All of those are at Evan Combest. Make sure to follow the Facebook page. We're going to share the live stream in there so that way you get to see the video. Also, don't forget to shout out to Sky's Custom Radio.
Follow
Shout out
them
to City
too.
World
Follow them
Radio.
too.
Shout out to Tone, the producer. Shout out to Jade. Shout out to
you.
Aaron for coming
Thank
through.
you
And
for the
shout out to
sound.
Brianna
Facts.
for hanging out in the background and giving
Facts.
us our input.
Thank you.
Hey.
We
Hey.
Can I
apologize. We
shout out some
apologize.
people
Go
real
ahead.
quick?
Go ahead.
Shout 'em out.
You got
'Cause
2 minutes. Go
2
ahead.
minutes, all right, because I know a lot of people gonna kill me. So shout out to my nephew Cash, man, because he, you know what I mean. I know he want that. You know,
Nephew.
Shout out to Jenny. Shout out to my niece. You know what I mean. Shout out to Tone. Shout out to Suave. Shout out to Kat. She, you know what I mean. I'm kind of working with a little artist on the low. I'm not trying to
Hey.
get on my hand off.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she got the vocals. Shout out to Melly, baby sis, what's up? Shout out to everybody that rock with me, man, for real. Appreciate y'all. It's too many of y'all to really list, but you know, I love y'all for real.
All right, guys.
And wait, one last shout out the your brother, the one
Oh,
you said.
free super, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Free
definitely,
super, definitely,
definitely,
100%.
But all right, guys, that's the Can We Not podcast. We see you niggas next week. We out.
Next week.
Peace, nigga.
And we're off. Don't save it.
No, save it. Share it.
Save
Yeah.
your life.
Okay.
Okay.